I'm going to go over a couple of mistakes that people make while sprinting. So the first one I call the baby step. So whenever we're in a 2-point stance, a lot of people pick up this front leg. They go like that. All right, that's a natural reaction for a lot of us. But the problem with that is if we put that foot out in front, our hips are now behind our front foot. So we have to now wait until our hips pass to get in position to push back and down. So that's very slow. What we want ideally is to leave this lead leg on the ground and be able to push off of both. All right, so you're going to get a small push off the back, but your power leg is this front lead leg. So you're going to push, leave that foot on the ground, push and project powerfully off of that front foot. All right, so remember, you just got to think about that foot being glued to the ground. When we say push off with 2 feet, it's not simultaneous. It's actually like a 1-2 really quickly. This one just kind of gets you going, but your first actual push is off of that front foot, so it's got to stay on the ground. It cannot push if it's in the air. All right. Also, if you pick it up off the ground, you only get that little push with the back leg. So you only get that from the back leg, as opposed to pushing over here, getting a powerful push off of your front, and actually projecting. So first one's keeping your foot on the ground. Don't baby step. Another common mistake happens during our start position. So only a few sports actually line up in this static 2-point position. Women's lacrosse is one during free position opportunities. Softball is another. Football to a certain extent. But whenever you train linear speed, you're in this 2-point. A lot of people put this back foot too far back. All right, that's also a natural position to want to get to, but when you're here, you can only push off of 1 now. When this back foot's extended like that, there's not much for you to get off of that back foot. All right, it doesn't give you much already, even being in a staggered stance. But if it's too far back, your weight's going to be distributed too far back as well. You see this weird stance in women's lacrosse a lot, where they're very far over here, but their weight's behind them, so it's behind their front leg. It's very comfortable to be here and rest, but tell me how you're supposed to push out of that. You know, you get a little bit of your back leg, but your shin's so vertical, and when you're here, no matter how good your reaction is, you still have to wait to get over that foot to be able to push. So it's a good idea to get this back foot a little further forward so you can push off of both better. If we think about pushing off, it's kind of a weird concept to think about pushing off of both feet, because you run at 1 leg at a time, but just get a feeling of how it is to push off of both. So what we do is do a double arm swing. You can also do a alternating arm, but we do a double arm swing here, we push out. All right, and just get that feeling of pushing off of both. So the stance is staggered, leaving both feet on the ground, most of your weight on the front. You're ripping the hands forward, we're projecting out. So make those 2 corrections. Fix your starting stance by moving your back foot a little forward, and also leave your lead leg on the ground as you push out. All right, subtle corrections that make a big difference. Thank you very much for watching the video. If it was helpful to you, please like and subscribe. I need you. See you guys next time.